Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your project here, and I'm going to go to View and then Picture Frame. And I had your image, but I went ahead and scanned it out of my book so it was bigger, had a little more resolution to it. So here it is right here. And there's all sorts of ways to do this, but really the way that this isn't the best case scenario just to raise this up as a surface, because number one, this is white and this is white, so they're both going to be tall, so we'd have to either paint this with black or trim out the surface. Number two, it's just going to all be the same exact size because it's all white, and then there'll just be lines in it. So there's not much modeling to this. I mean, it looks like it to the eye because of the engraving pattern. So to me, the two ways to do this really is with either matrix art or surface modeling it, and you could, or not even surface modeling, just sweeps. This would just be sweeps, and you could just trace it and extrude them at different heights. It all depends on how you want this to work out. But having said all that, actually let's start. I would tend, since this thing is symmetrical, I would definitely just work on obviously half of this thing. So let's go ahead and let's do some tracing. So this is going to go, and we'll kind of disregard some of the items. We'll go ahead and go around this one, I guess. And it's because of the way the surface is raised up as to why we'll disregard some of the. I'll see if I can show you. Let's enter. So where we have these hard breaks, I'll go ahead and actually stop drawing and then start again. So we'll go ahead and trace some of this real quick, or real slow, depends on how long you've been watching the video. Okay, yeah, alright, so right click yellow and join. Oh, oops. Oh no, that's right, that goes through there. I don't know how we're going to do this. This is hard matrix art to do. I know how we'll do it. Alright, so now the next level up then is a new color, and here's what I do for this. Well, we'll just eyeball it. What I generally do is I draw right next to this one. I don't overlap them, and I make sure that they don't crisscross or anything. Alright, so this one's going to come down around to about here, like so, and then we'll start over here and come along this way. Alright, so let's right click, join. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do some more. What the goal here is, I'm gonna break and just draw this. I'm not going to go across here, and then I'm going to make this a separate piece. And so let me go ahead and draw some more here. Okay, so here is the trace job, and let's turn off this layer. So there's what I traced, and you can see I just let stuff go over and around and kind of through itself. And most notably, if we look here, I had this shape here, which is gray. I don't know if you can see it, and it goes underneath this one and stops and comes back. And then this one's over here, and it comes around and stops and goes back. And oh, as a matter of fact, you know what? This is wrong. Now that I look at it, this needs fixed, because this one needs to stop right here. So let's lock this layer. And this one needs to just come up here and go right along here, because I can't do one over and one under. I have to have it look like it's doing that, so it'll stop. There. That's what we need right there. Okay. And then I have this black field right here, this texture. That's this curve that goes around here, and these are kind of on the wrong layer, in a sense that Matrix Art starts here and goes up, then continues here and goes up. So what I need to do is I need to put these on the right layer so it builds from the bottom up. So this field is the very most base layer, so we'll put it on yellow. And then I would say that this one right here is the next layer up, and so we'll put it on orange. And really I see no reason to do this one separate, so we'll put this one on orange as well. So this one is the same continuation of itself. Then the next one up on that layer would be this piece, and this piece, and this piece right here. Okay, so those will go on the finger layer. Alright, so that takes us through that piece. Then the next one up would be this one, and that would be on purple. Yep, and then the next one up on that would be this one, purple. That would take that one to gray. Okay, so there's that. Then we have these two, which are very similar, if not the same. So we'll put this one and this one on the blue layer. And let's take a look at that. We'll turn this off. So yep. That looks like that'll work. So let's go ahead and put this in a job bag. And we'll turn this off. And now we head over to Matrix Art. And we're going to have to do this, let's see, we're going to have to do this in sections because, well, you know what we can do is let's not do that. Let's not do this in sections. Let's turn off this, and the rest is a mirror. So we'll select this, then we'll turn on that, and we'll mirror from there's an end, a mid, I guess that's the mid of the overall thing. There we go. Alright, so there's our part right there. And there's that field. Okay, so let's head on over into Matrix Art. So we go to Art, and we put the curves in. And it looks like one of our curves is not closed. And there's why. So we'll blend from here to here, and we'll join. There we go. So let's try this again. We'll just re-put it in there. That's better. Okay, now we're going to have to figure out how all these interact with each other. Number one, I'm going to take the resolution up a bit, but not too awful far. And it all depends on how big these are going to be. So let's update the resolution. There we go. And let's start with the base. So let's start at yellow. And really there's no need to make it very fancy at all. So I'm going to take and load flat on it. And now we need to start to keep in mind how tall things are. So let's go 0.35. Oops. For the height there. So 0.35, and it's flat. Okay, and then the next one. Now, the way these work is that they each build on top of each other. So these are apparently going up and up and up. But what I'm really more interested in is that I don't want the orange to build up on top of the yellow. I want it to go from the grid. So if I come over here to orange and I click, now it's building up from the ground, which is exactly the look that I want. Okay. So now we go load profile, and let's see what we got. Nothing. Let's see. We can actually draw a profile. I don't do that very much. Let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw straight up, and over, and then I'm going to blend from here to here. And actually, I'm going to turn this on, move this over to there, and what I'm looking for is kind of this raised up and then going down in type profile, kind of like so. Now let's turn that off. Okay, delete that, join this, and we'll say return profile. And there is my profile for that. And there's how that works. And so we kind of get a raised up. As a matter of fact, I may grab, I may grab some of these, and I may pull this down a little and have this one go up a little. There we go. Okay, so next we're going to come up here, and I want this one to go up off the grid. And oh, this is this raised up part on this one. So I want this one to build. And let's go ahead and just load a profile, dome. And let's go back here. This height is 1 millimeter. Let's go 0.8, and then let's go here, and Here we go. Okay, so now we're on purple, and it's going to go over these. So we want this again up from the bottom, and then on this one up from the bottom, and on this one. So we want it totally coming up from the bottom, and we're at 1 there, so we want to be, if you look at the orange right in here, we need this to go up higher. So what's orange at? Let's go down to 0.7. There we go. So in theory, if that's up, let's go 0.3. There we go. So that's 1 millimeter. So if we come up to purple and go to 1.4 is fine. And let's go load profile. Dome 1. Alright, so there's that one. And we can do this kind of same thing with this rib. Alright. So there's that one. Now the next one up, gray, is going to go up from the bottom on this layer. But on purple, we want it to raise up. And so it's only going to be so high. To 4. There's dome again. Alright, so there's that one. And then the last one is blue. And we want it to be up about so high. And we can even pull this one over. There we go. And again, this is all through the bottom. Don't want it messing with anybody. And we'll come up 1.5 or so. So there's what we have there. And let's put this up a little. One 7. Yeah, let's go even higher. 2 ought to do it. So that's 2 millimeters high, which is awful high. Let's see. Let's go down to 1.7 again. Yep. And we can always scale the whole thing down. But now what we need to do is go over to let's go down to yellow, and we want that texture in there. So we come over to picture and we load a bitmap, and I'm going to go to my computer, drive C, program files, type M for matrix. It jumps over there, and then library, and I believe it's art bitmaps. Yeah, here's pyramid. Alright, so there's pyramid, so we hit open on that, and it's going to be huge. So our bitmap height is going to be low, and then our size is going to be small, small, small. And then we turn tile bitmap on, and we get that. So let's take a look at what we got there. And actually I'm going to have this go negative, so our bitmap height is down. And then we're going to take our width down to so there goes our texture, and our bitmap depth is 0.3 deep. And let's keep going down. Oops. Up 1, 2. Let's go 0.3. That's never gonna mill. Let's go up 1 to 0.4 there. Alright, so what do we got height-wise? Well, that purple seemed to go up really fast and high. Let's see what this is at. 1.4. Let's go 1.2. And then the gray, yeah, that's 0.3. Alright, so, all things considered, as long as we don't have the texture going through anything, and we don't seem to, at this point we're ready to hit create mesh. Alright, so there's that. And we'll go ahead and put this on this layer and go over to plastic shader, and there is our scroll work that has some dimensionality to it. And one thing we can do is, if we want to smooth this over a little bit, is go to smooth, and I'm going to do 0.25 and hit enter. And there's one smooth. Oops, let's go here. Let's go here, here. And so that just kind of smooths that surface out a little bit. Let's do 1, 2 again. And there's my rendition of that. This'll mill like a champ. So let's see here.